So here we are again. I haven't made a video for quite a while because it's been the school holidays, still is the school holidays, and the shop gets silly busy. So I thought I'd bring something home. And this time it's not pears, it's Harry Potter sweets. And the Harry Potter sweets that existed already before the books were written in the real Muggle world. And ones that are similar but not quite the same. Obviously they don't have magical properties, like they're not going to levitate you, they're not going to send bubble gum into the sky, bubbles into the air that last for days and don't pop. I'm going to try to eat them all. Not eat them all, I've got quite a few, but try the one of each. Okay, so the first one is going to be acid pops. Now, acid pops, obviously, in the wizarding world, they're very strong because one did indeed make a hole through poor little Ron's tongue when he was a little boy. This, however, is an acid drop. And these have been around for years in the Muggle world in Britain, presumably. I don't know about anywhere else, but anyway, here goes. I'll try one. And although I don't think it's going to make a hole in my tongue, I think it's going to be sharp. Sour. Gosh, they're really sour. Ugh. God. That was sharp. That was very sour. Not as sour as Ron's must have been, but actually quite pleasant, if a little sharp. Next we're going for the sherbet lemon, Dumbledore's favourite. In fact, he says, almost on the first page, a Muggle sweet that he's very fond of. Now, sherbet lemon is a lemon flavoured sweet, obviously, which has white sherbet in the middle. Here goes. They're really good. Shame they're so big because I can't talk and eat my sweet at the same time. So Dumbledore really likes sherbet lemons. And it's also one of the passwords Harry uses to try and get into Dumbledore's office. He goes through them, lots of different sweets, trying to get access to the headmaster's office. Next we have cockroach cluster. Well, luckily there is no such thing in the Muggle world. We do have peanut cluster, which is sort of peanuts and chocolate together, but I haven't got that. It sounds quite nice, but I don't sell that in the shop. Next we have fudge flies. Well, now I'm not sure if they're flies made into fudge or whether they're fudge in the shape of flies. Can't tell really from the description in the book, but we do have fudge, of course. Yummy. Fudge. Delicious. Love fudge. Excuse me. I'm probably going to eat all of it. And of course, Fred and George, in their Scriven snack boxes, have fever fudge, which gives you a fever so you can get out of classes you don't like. Although, I think if I went to wizarding school, I'd like all the classes. I mean, it'd be fascinating, wouldn't it? Next on the list is blood flavoured lollipops. Purely for vampires, not muggles. No. Or indeed wizards and witches. No. But we do have strawberry flavoured lollipops. Next, licorice wands. Now this is a sweet that exists in the Muggle world, and that is it. that. Yeah, that is a licorice wand. I imagine in the wizarding world, they're slightly more impressive because that is not very good. Now, I hate licorice, but I am going to take a bite. Wish me luck. Ugh. Ugh. Oh. Oh, God, that's horrible. Ugh. No. No, not licorice. Oh. Next, we have sugar quills, which is something else you get in honeydukes. And they last a long time. I can't think of anything that resembles sugar quills at all. Next, we have chocolate cauldrons. Now, they are chocolate filled with fire whiskey. And poor old Ron, he gets hold of Harry's chocolate cauldrons that Romilda Vane gives him. Ron ends up having to go to Professor Slughorn to get a remedy because he's really in love with Romilda Vane, or infatuated with Romilda Vane because of the chocolate cauldrons. Now, but then he gets poisoned, of course. So, poor old Ron. But luckily, Harry remembers about the bezoar. Everything's fine. But in the Muggle world, there's not chocolate cauldrons, but there are chocolate liqueurs, which are like a chocolate shell or a chocolate bottle shape filled with liqueur. So in theory, you could have fire whiskey if it was a real thing. We do get them with whiskey, brandy, Cointreau. So that's the nearest you can get in the Muggle world to a chocolate cauldron. Next, we have a fizzing Whizbee. Now, when you eat them, you levitate for a few seconds. I think that's what happens. That is a sugar mouse in the Muggle world. Yeah. I've also got white ones. I don't know why he's got a pink splodge on his face, but he has. Sugar. And they're a bit sweet. Now, as you can see, it did not make my teeth chatter like they do at Honeydukes ones. So, yeah, not as good. So in the Muggle world, children apparently in Victorian times would make sugar mice for their parents to give them for Christmas. But then sugar was a very expensive commodity. And that's how come we give sugar mice at Christmas. It's a thing in Britain, or England at least, and I think Britain. Whether it is abroad, I don't know. I don't think so. So next, pepper imps make you breathe fire. Nothing like that, sadly. Nothing. Chocolate frogs, well, we have chocolate shapes of different things, but not chocolate frogs as far as I know. Chocolate mice, not chocolate frogs. I mean, in the books, the chocolate frogs don't jump. They don't move. They're just a chocolate frog with a chocolate card, a character card with all the information on about the character. They don't move at all like they do in the films, but we're going with books. Next we have Drubal's Best Blowing Gum. Now, we have bubble gum, but it doesn't last for days. I mean, the bubbles don't last for days, floating around the room. They don't, which is sad. And they're not nice and purple either. I don't know what colour these are, but here goes. Oh, a bit hot. I don't know if I can still blow a bubble gum. A bubble with bubble gum. I've blown bubble gum for years. See if we can blow a bubble. Hang on. We'll get there in a minute. Well, that was disappointing. I'll keep going for a bit. I give up. So next is humbugs, mint humbugs. You remember Harry's very first evening meal at Hogwarts? Inexplicably, there are mint humbugs on the table. Remember that? Yeah, right. The very first night he's there. So, howdy-ho. All right. I don't love mints, but not bad. They've been around for years. Mint humbugs. We have nougat. And nougat is squishy and it has peanuts in it, and it's pink and white, raspberry and vanilla flavour. It's very chewy. Yeah, it's okay. Really chewy. I think. Ugh. Yeah, raspberry and vanilla flavour. That's okay. And then Harry Potter is another one that you can get in honey juice. And it's sold in big creamy squares, as far as I recall. And that is exactly the same. Muggle world, Wizarding world, nougat is nougat. Next we have cough drops. And I imagine they're pretty much the same. Muggle, all Wizarding world. This is a cough sweet. It's called cough candy. It's actually called cough candy. And I'm not going to try it because I detest it. It's sort of aniseedy and it's not for me at all. So draw the line at that one. And cough drops, of course, come into the story when Professor Umbridge does her little cough, and Professor McGonagall offers her a cough drop for her cough, or a fake cough, when she's trying to attract attention. We all know what we think of Professor Umbridge, don't we? Not nice at all. Next we have Easter eggs. Well, Mrs. Weasley sends the children some Easter eggs in the Goblet of Fire. She sends Hermione a tiny one because she's knocking about with Victor Crumb, and Mrs. Weasley believes everything Rita Skeeter writes and thinks that she's been mean to Harry because she's his girl. But as we know, she isn't, even though a lot of people think she should have been. Because, let's face it, Ron should have ended up with Luna. Next we have Bertie Bott's every flavoured beans. Well, we do of course have jelly beans, and we do get them in all different flavours. We do. But these are just jelly beans. Very nice. Could eat a few of them, no problem. So we do have lots of flavoured beans, which are very good. And we also have, of course, the beans that have got the disgusting flavours in. But we don't have, to my knowledge, vomit flavoured that poor old Dumbledore got when he was a young man. When he visits Harry in the hospital, he says he's going to try his luck again, basically. He says, I might have this nice brown one, looks nice. Yeah. Alas, earwax. So next, peppermint toads. No. I imagine they're a bit like sugar mice, but toad-shaped. I don't really know. It doesn't say they're chocolate. We don't really find out what they're like. But no, there's not really anything quite like that at all. A crystallised pineapple, Slughorn's favourite sweet. I'm sure you can get crystallised pineapple. I would be surprised if you couldn't. Where you'd get it from, I don't know. I think it's sort of the sort of posh sweet like you'd have in a delicatessen or something like that. Next, coconut ice. Coconut ice. It's literally coconut and sugar. I'm going to break off just a little bit. Yeah, if you like coconut and you like sugar, you probably like that. It's not bad. Gosh. Next we have exploding bonbons. Well, we don't have exploding bonbons, but we do have bonbons. These are like chewy ones, but the traditional ones in Britain are a piece of toffee with a sort of a crust, if you like, around it of lemon, strawberry flavoured, it's sort of like sherbet. They sound weird, but they're really quite nice. So, bonbon. Nice. Like a bonbon. They don't explode, which is probably a result. Chocolate. Chocolate bars. Chocolate. They eat a lot of chocolate in the goblet of fire. You can cast your Patronus. Then you're okay, but us muggles, aren't going to happen. So next we have the Weasley twins sweets. We've already covered fever fudge. So fudge is a real thing. Fudge is a real thing, but it's not going to give you a fever. So they do these skiving snack boxes so that you can get out of class. And it's fever fudge, fainting fancies, which we really don't know what they are at all. So we don't know if anything like them exists in the Muggle world. We just don't know. There's puking pastels. Well, we don't have puking pastels, but we do have fruit pastels. They are excellent. I love fruit pastels. I don't mind trying one of those. Delicious. I said about the nougat also because Fred and George have nosebleed nougat in their snack boxes. Wouldn't want that either, would you really? I'd rather sit the lesson out, I think, than have nosebleed or fainting or fever or any of them, to be honest. What's next? Oh, edible dark marks. They make anyone sick, apparently. I presume they're just like jelly shaped into the dark mark. You know, the skull with the snake coming out of it. Was that it? Oh, I nearly forgot. My favourite wizarding sweet is the tongue toffee. Poor old Dudley. His tongue is a foot long by the time they finished, and Mr. Weasley has to put it right. I love toffees. They're so good. Really good. You can think of any other sweets that I've forgotten that's in Harry Potter, just the books, then let me know. That's it. I'm not eating anymore. I hope you enjoyed this. It's been a bit odd, but yeah, I'll see you next time. Pez. I've got quite a few new ones and an update on some. So, see you then. Bye. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Perhaps you'd consider subscribing to my channel, or you could just leave a comment below, and with future videos in mind, what you'd like to see, sweet related, Pez related, Harry Potter related, anything at all, just let me know. Or you could just like the video, that would be really great. Thanks very much for watching, and I will see you next time.